Bless up the viewers and subscribers, how you all doing? You know, it's Links 070 to the V. So I just want to touch a little bit on the whole entire situation that happened with Donnna Donaldson and how it all unfolded with her being deemed as being killed and how the actual investigation itself has progressed to where it's at right now. But when you look on how the police initially dealt with the situation, I believe they should have taken a proactive approach in dealing with the situation much better. I believe that they hesitated on carrying out a thorough investigation in the initial stage, which would have led the individual that is now the prime suspect in the disappearance and also subsequent murder of Donnna Donaldson to have covered up the crime in some way or another. And to know that this female lost her life in such a way, that's very sad and it's very unfortunate to see what really transpired in such a situation. And when we look on what is going on around the world as it relates to crime and violence, it's very sad to see how these situations are becoming like the norm. If the people did not really put up some sort of protest or certain things in relation to that, they would have not gotten this far and the police would not have carried out such a thorough investigation. Remember that this individual, Noel Mayton, was on duty even up to the time of the female disappearance, and the police did not really have him as a prime suspect at that point in time. And when we look at what unfolded with him now being deemed as the individual that is responsible for the female disappearance, it's very sad to see. The vloggers were saying it and the police did not really act on those information. They hesitated, even though they say they were carrying out a thorough investigation. I don't believe that they actually did a thorough investigation into the matter. This took too long for them to actually go on out there and did what they had to do in order to get the actual evidence that they need in order to bring some level of justice for the family, because this was a very sad something. And when we look what happened and how it all ended up with the female disappearance and now the police deem it as a murder, very unfortunate. And we just hope that the family just find the strength to cope during this difficult time. As you know, this made global headlines right across the world, not only locally, but a number of individuals were actually seeking out and trying to find how they could be of assistance in the case itself. And that's what led the police in order to carry out a massive investigation into the matter. If the people had just allowed it and just let it slide under the carpet, then this would have turned out differently. But because the people stood out and they actually did what they had to do by protesting and making number of videos, posting online and speaking out about the whole entire issue, this is when the police actually decided that they would actually carry out an investigation into the matter. And now look what really happened. So right now we're just on the street taking a little walk. We're actually right now down in a street, very beautiful place, as you can see up there. That's Buckingham Palace right up above the road there. So we're actually just here and just updating you guys with what's up. But trust me, this situation that happened here with Donnna Donaldson, very sad, man. I tell you, I've never felt so sad about disappearance of anyone before, such as this one, because it's just the manner in which it all happened and just how to know that this was actually a police officer that was actually involved in the whole entire disappearance of this female as well. That makes it even more sad to see that a police officer is actually the one behind the entire disappearance of the female. And there's so much speculation going on out there whether this individual will actually get away from what happened, based on the fact that the body of the female has not been found. And we just have to just wonder, where will this case go? Where will it go, based on how we have seen the police did not took that initiative in order to deem this as a case of vital importance in the initial stage. We've seen it and we've looked and we have seen how this has actually manifested itself into what it has become now. So the people are talking, and the people, I believe, have lost the trust within the police force itself, and they have lost trust because when we look on the investigation itself, a thorough investigation did not really carry out into the matter. And it's one of those situations that we have looked on over and over again, and we have looked on it, and we just want to just know that the family right now they are having a real challenging time dealing with the situation and dealing with what actually transpired to the female right now, because what happened to her can never be erased from the family memory. This is be something that they will have to live with for the rest of their life. So they have this to remember about when she disappeared, how the investigation happened, what really led to her disappearance, who were responsible for the disappearance, and so much other issue behind the whole entire thing, which is just an unfortunate situation to have happened to such a young and promising female, Donnna Donaldson. So we're just here and we're just heading back up this street right now, but trust me, I just decided that I would just touch and just give you guys a little take on my whole entire views about the whole situation. I've not really done a talk on the situation itself, but this is just my little views about it. And it's one of those situations that I believe is very unfortunate. It's very sad to see what happened in the initial stage of this and how everything just actually manifests itself into the case. But we're gonna leave this video here for now though. As you see, we're approaching back out onto this road. I might just give you a little video of the area itself and then we're just gonna break the video. But as I said, very sad what happened to Donnna Donaldson, and I hope that the family just find the strength to actually cope and just deal with what's to come from this, because the body of a female has not been found just yet. And when we look on how everything is actually going with the female and everything as it relates to the investigation itself, I believe that the police led Mr. Noel Maitland to cover up the crime because they did not act promptly about carrying out a thorough investigation initially, as I said before, and that really led to the body now being somewhere that the family might not even get no level of closure to the situation. So that is what is going to be making the situation now even sad, and the family right now, they need the closure, right? If they find the body, it's not any level of comfort for them, but at least it will bring some level of closure to what really transpired to the female. But to know that the female body is actually somewhere out there where no one knows, only whoever was responsible for carrying out the act, whether the person or persons, because the police actually believe that Mr. Maitland did not act alone in carrying out his attack. So that's another thing as well that really needs to be looked into. So it's one of those situations that we've reported on over and over again, and it's the lackadaisic of the police force in Jamaica and how they investigate certain matters. They would have said that they would have acted promptly on the matter, but many people thought otherwise, and myself, I thought otherwise about the whole entire situation. I believe that there more could have been done in order to carry out a more thorough investigation into the matter itself, and they did not really do the family any true justice by revealing the information that he is actually being charged with the disappearance and then now subsequent murder. So the case is now ruled as a homicide, even though there's not an actual body of the female, right? So that is one of the situations as well that really goes to show you that the system, the force itself, is a very sad one and a very unfortunate one. And the police then just need to step up their game, because I'm not going to say that they have not been doing a good job at what they're doing, but in this case itself, I believe that more could have been done in the initial stage when she went missing, when the mother made the report, and when the actual investigation itself actually started into the matter. But as I said before, we just have to just know that that is just how it goes. That is just how the police them handle certain matters, and we just have to just continue to just pray for the family and wish them all the best. Alright, so Links TV gonna sign out now for this report. Peace out and bless.
Should I go back that way? Should I?